Welcome to It's Happening. My name is Jared, and today episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be going over an opportunity that we have for you guys that I think 95% of the people in the world could use another opportunity to earn more money from home. And I'm going to be playing the video on the business, what it is, what it's about, everything about it. And if you want to talk, I'll have the live chat up, guys. If you are just interested in the products that we now have that we are going to be selling and you want to reach out to me, do so. I'd love to go over that with you as well. But today's episode is different because I wanted to put this out there for you guys. And ways to support us, as always, will be in the description below. If you do want to join after you watch this, reach out to me on Facebook. That's the easiest way for me to chat with you guys about this opportunity and to get you started in this opportunity. A lot of it we do through, it's all done through social media, but a lot of it is done with Facebooks and groups and stuff like that there. So I'm going to be playing this. And like I said, I will have the live chat on. So if you want me to pause and talk about any of it, I will do that. Starting tomorrow in the evenings, I am going to start going through the book of Mark. And I would love to have people come on and do Bible studies with me. Or maybe you come tell your testimony. But even if that doesn't happen, I am going to start going through the book of Mark tomorrow evening and just reading, talking about it, and trying to grow closer to God and doing what Jesus wants us to do and being his disciples. Before we get started, I'd like to say a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity for me to come and get in front of all of these people and show them an opportunity that can possibly change their lives. I pray that this video lands in front of the right people who need it the most and who are excited and ready to go. Lord, thank you for giving me the courage to be bold enough to come on here and to speak about you, to not be afraid to tell everyone about Jesus. Lord, I pray that you would guide my thoughts and have the Holy Spirit guide my words so that I am never misleading anyone. And I pray that this opportunity lands in front of the right people because we can build an amazing team and we can build kingdom wealth together. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys, let's do this. Remember, I have the live chat on. Smash that like button. Comments help boost it. Sharing this to your social media will help boost it. Following our channel, all those things, you know. No, here we go. Here we go. Come back over here. I hope you guys are having a great day today. Let's get started.
So imagine getting to be a part of a company now. It'd almost be like if I called you and said, and guys, football guys, correct me on this. Who won the Super Bowl? Who won the Super Bowl last year? I don't want to get this wrong. I loosely follow the football. Okay, Kansas City Chiefs didn't win, did they? I thought it was the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles. Who said KC, dude? iPhone 2 said KC, trying to put me on blast. Yeah, it was the Eagles, right? So it'd almost be like if I called you right now and said, hey, the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Would you like to be our starting tight end and win a Super Bowl ring? Okay, because here's the thing. Here we are. It's August. In March of 2026, we will have done over 100 million in revenue. We'll probably get there in November. But just for funsies, let's say it takes us all the way till March. We'll have done over 100 million in revenue, in year one revenue, and you will now be a part of the fastest growing affiliate marketing and nutraceutical launch in world history. It's a massive accomplishment. And, it's going to take the very best out of me. It's going to take the very best out of you. Now, to put this in perspective for you, AG1 is a company you guys may have heard about on the Joe Rogan podcast. It took them 11 years to reach $100 million in revenue. And that was after significant investment. We're doing this because just the messaging is like we started at zero. and we're already at 10 million, ish in revenue every single month. You see what I'm saying? Like, we became big because our messaging was powerful, not because we had a huge, not because we had Joe Rogan talking about us every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's big, but and it's not to take away from AG1, but it took them 11 years, right? And yet now AG1 is $1 billion global brand. So if you could have gone back in time, I don't know how long AG1's been around, but it can't be super, super long. But if you could go back in time when AG1's just this little small company and have a chance to be an affiliate for them, knowing that they're going to be $1 billion brand, well, dude, how many of you guys would like to take that ride? And so that's the significance of tonight. And then, of course, our 5-year vision and our 5-year goal, this is what we talk about every single day, is we want to reach $1 billion in annual sales, which would surpass the speed of growth of companies like Tesla, Airbnb, Zoom, TikTok, Uber, you name it. So this is not some little rinky-dink MLM deal, that your friend told you about. This is a force to be reckoned with. Make Wellness is a force to be reckoned with. And tonight you're hearing about it during what we'd call the golden window. Earlier, I told you, you don't want to be in early on momentum. You want to be, or I'm sorry, you don't want to be in early. You want to get in early on momentum, right? And so, we kind of started our idea phase last October. And then, half of October, most of November, our website didn't even work. People were getting shipped boxes that had nothing in it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you didn't want to be in then. It was a trying time. In fact, there was one day back during this idea phase where, I was so stressed out. The only thing I could do is drive around Austin, Texas and listen to music. And the only music I could handle that day, because my central nervous system was so stressed, was literally Taylor Swift, dude. Like, a 43-year-old man's driving around Austin, Texas, both hands on the steering wheel, listening to Taylor Swift. See, that was during the idea phase. That's not whenever you necessarily want to get in. You got to be half crazy to do what we did. When we started, there was 3 months there where we didn't even have a product. We just knew the type of product that was coming. Our full the futuristic success of all of our families was riding on, is Justin Prince, who's the founder of Make Wellness, is he right? Some of us are crazy, and shout out to the crazy ones, right? But that's not the ideal time to get in. The ideal time to get in is whenever you're early on momentum. So, right now we're in the launch phase, and, sales are going pretty good. That's where you're at right now, but we haven't even hit momentum. Think about this. Like, if our goal is to do 1 billion annually over the next 5 years, then, we're 1/10 of the way there. 1/10. So the reason why I point this out to you, and the reason why we call it the golden window, is because your risk has never been lower, but your upside will never be as big as it is right now. You're in that perfect window, my friend. And you have to recognize a well when you see one. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we just be negative for a second and just look at historical data, we're blowing all the historical data out of the water. So, I think it's pretty safe for you to be able to get excited. Okay. Now, how are we doing this? Why is this growing so fast? Well, we have this new peptide technology. Now, some of you guys have heard about peptides. I had heard about peptides for 2 or 3 years prior to Make Wellness coming out, but I'd heard of injected or injectable peptides. Okay. And our new peptide technology allows you to get non-injected peptides. This is such a massive, massive deal. For the first time in the world, you have a non-injected peptide that comes in delicious, ready-to-mix drink beverage form or capsule form. And so it's not a supplement, and it's not a synthetic peptide. It's a first-in-the-world technology that can deliver real peptides to your body in supplement form. So we say this is kind of like the new era of the super supplement, right? And when you want to think of peptides as text messages for your body, a peptide is the only molecule that can directly, a natural molecule that can directly communicate with your DNA. And peptides help with hormones. They help with neurotransmitters and focus. They help with skin health, hair, nails, gums, muscle building and performance, wound healing, sleep and recovery, stem cell production, joints and ligaments, and also help target visceral fat. Peptides are your best friend. If you've never, used peptides or ingested peptides, it's phenomenal. I mean, it turns you into version 2.0. And, as a result of these products right here, people are going to live longer. They're going to be optimally healthy. This is going to change the world. This is absolutely going to change the world. So that's why we're just a little bit excited about this. Most peptides, though, break down during the digestion process. So anytime you eat protein, whether it comes from plant or animals, that protein kind of looks like this. It looks like, kind of like a bunched up pearl necklace. And then your body's digestion process breaks that into peptides. And then, furthermore, amino acids are what typically get absorbed into your bloodstream. Okay. But if you could ever get a peptide into the bloodstream without injection, guys, that would be the absolute holy grail of wellness. And that's exactly what we did. There's two recent breakthroughs that we were able to take advantage of. One is the ability, number one, we found labs that had the ability to, identify peptides in nature. Okay. And we could even, they one in particular, for example, has had $150 million in funding. And they've been working through artificial intelligence for the last, 10 years. So even if you wanted to try to catch these guys, you're too far gone. You just couldn't possibly touch these guys, this one particular lab. And we have an exclusive with this lab. So then you can't touch us. You know what I mean? Which means your competition can't touch you. So that's what we call a market advantage. And market advantages are awesome. Okay. And so, we can go into this computer and say, hey, do you have something that regrows hair? And then the artificial intelligence will go scan the universe and see if there's a plant peptide or animal peptide that has the ability to regrow hair or strengthen hair or, all those type of things. So far, all of our peptides have come from plants. Um, and if there was, but it does look at both plants and animals. Peptides, there's over 7,000 peptides in your body right now. Like your body knows exactly what to do with peptides. But just being able to identify the peptides isn't enough. We also have to have the ability to naturally deliver that peptide into your body, bypass the liver, and take it straight to the bloodstream. And we're able to do that now, again, for the first time in world history. So peptides are like the upgrade that your DNA has been waiting for. And what I want to do real quick, so I want to come off camera. I want to have a couple of these guys share their story with you. Let me see. Callie, are you still on? Okay, Callie. So this is my friend Callie. She's from Austin, and we've been buddies for, probably 3 or 4 years. And so I want to have Callie. She's just done tremendous. Her and her team have done phenomenal. And Callie was here. She was one of my first phone calls. I was telling her about this before there was even a concept at like 2 a.m. Like, hey, there's this thing called Make Wellness, and so she was here during the hard times, And so I want you guys to hear Callie's story. And Callie, maybe just, I know you posted this on social media today, but tell these guys what you've been averaging, because I thought that was super cool to see. And we'll go from there. Let me unmute you.
I think we're hitting the button at the same time. Sorry. Well, I wasn't expecting to get on here tonight, but coincidentally, I'm actually at the beach with my mom and my sister. I paid for this entire trip for a mother-daughter trip with the commissions I've earned from Make, and it's just been an incredible experience. Like, we are at the coolest freaking resort in Port Aransas, Texas. Like, it's kind of hard to see, but because I have the blur thing going on. But my mom's picking up food. There's restaurants on site and everything. This place is so cool. So if it wasn't for Make, I wouldn't have been able to do this. My mom didn't pay for anything, and we treat her every single year. And this is our second year to do it. So it's just so crazy that you asked me to speak today. So Make has completely changed my life financially, as well as physically, with all the products and everything. But but financially, it's totally transformed everything for me. I was drowning in a bit of debt. Um, I had about $13,000 to $14,000 worth of debt that I needed to pay off, and I'm all the way down to $2,500. So I'll be able to pay that off in probably 4 or 5 more payments. I also was able to pay off, well, not pay off, pay in full for my dog's ACL leg, like repair surgery, knee surgery. And those are 5,000 here in Texas to get one knee done. And he blew out the other knee. If I wouldn't have had that extra income coming in, I don't know what I would do. My dad is super country and he'd be like, well, you're just gonna have a limp leg. Like, that's just how my dad is. And I'm like, no, dad, like, he needs to get this. So if it wasn't for Make, I really don't know what we would have been able to do, because my dad probably would not have helped me out. So, I've been in the industry for about almost 10 years, but I've never been a part of anything like this. Everything from corporate to the systems. Like, I needed something. I work full time and I also have other things I do on the side. So I needed something that was going to be plug and play, to where I didn't have to go searching for the answers or constantly feeling lost or not know what to post or not know the tools that we need to use. Like, everything is put into place. And so that made me feel good about other people, bringing other people in that want to get in on this business opportunity, because time is everything. And so the systems have just been incredible. As far as what I've been making on like an average monthly basis has been about $5,000. Yeah. So that is actually more than what my real job pays me. And I actually work way less hours, which is crazy. So goal is to do this full time, and I'm on my way to do that. So thank you so much, Wes, for bringing this opportunity into my life, and Ashton as well. It's just been nothing short of amazing. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your story with these guys. I know that you're on the road, and none of these guys that you're going to hear from tonight knew that I was going to call their name. So I appreciate you guys answering the call. And Corey, I'm going to have you go next. Let me just tell these guys a little bit about some of these products, and then Corey, you're on deck. So check this out, guys. What I'm going to do, I got to switch decks because, of course, trying out that new concept with you guys tonight. I didn't finish the presentation in time, so I'm gonna have to revert to this other one. So here we go. Screen sharing now. So let me tell you about a couple of our products. One of them is called Fit. Okay. Now, Fit reduces fatigue 47%. It enhances muscle protein synthesis 4 times that of whey protein. It improves your recovery 103%. It boosts your performance 54%. Is there anyone watching tonight that's like, hey, I would like to try that? Well, guess what? Every single person that you talk to wants to try that. And in clinical data, we get these numbers. It's not just like some guy named Bubba is like, yeah, put 54% there and 103% there. These are real clinical studies, right? And the other thing about Fit is it reduces all-cause mortality by 17%. All-cause mortality, because what it does is it increases lean muscle. Now, probably one of the most powerful conversations we could have with people these days is on body composition, right? I think the world's done a good job of figuring out every single way you could possibly take to lose weight, right? So would you guys say that the world needs another weight loss program? Probably not, right? We have figured out every single way known to man to lose weight. But I'm not interested in just losing weight, okay? Because a lot of times when you lose weight, you lose muscle. And when you lose muscle, it shortens your lifespan. I can predict how long you'll live based upon, largely based upon the amount of lean muscle that you have on your body. But the problem is, as we age, there's something called sarcopenia, which is the loss of muscle as we age. Unfortunately, as we age, we lose lean muscle if we don't do anything to counteract it. And I can connect almost every chronic disease that people get as they age to the loss of lean muscle. So no matter what age I am right now, I want to get hyper obsessed with, protecting and preserving lean muscle tissue. Now, I'm not talking about bodybuilders. If you look at me, I'm certainly not a bodybuilder. We want to focus on helping you protect and preserve lean muscle tissue. Now, here's the interesting thing. When you increase your lean muscle tissue, which increases almost every single vital marker in your body, well, one of those things is that your body starts to burn more and more visceral fat. So we've just been going about it wrong. We're like, I want to lose weight, so I'm not going to eat. And then you don't eat. Well, then you also lose muscle. So it's like counterproductive, right? There's a new conversation, which is, muscle preservation and body composition, right? So I want to kind of share with you how we get the peptide that's used in FIT into the body. So we have this technology called the protein peptide matrix, okay? And it naturally cloaks the peptide through encryption and gets it past your stomach and past your small intestine and actually gets that peptide into your bloodstream naturally. Now it can directly communicate with your DNA cell receptors. So it's almost like if your liver's like this nightclub and we're like sneaking the peptide into the nightclub, sneaking past the bouncers, and I don't know, it's a horrible analogy, but you can kind of get an idea for what this does. And so, the peptide that's in FIT, this is what this shows you a muscle biopsy of the increase in type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers when you use the peptide that's in FIT versus when you don't. And so, is there anyone on here tonight that would be upset if you got out of the shower in a week or two and just started noticing more, muscle fibers? Or if your friend was like, man, look at your biceps, would anyone be upset about that? Absolutely not, right? Or what if your friend was like, man, you're looking leaner and healthier? Would anyone be upset about that? Would anyone be upset to perform 54% better in your workouts than you currently do? Would anyone be upset to feel 47% less fatigue? See what I'm saying? That's the offer with FIT. So this is why we sell FIT as long as the day is long, right? Now we also have a product called Lean. Lean is really special because in our clinicals, the average person lost 6% body fat. 65% of that was around their core, which is their stomach area, which is significant because, no one's ever called me and said, hey, Wes, I'm trying to add some belly fat before a vacation. They're trying to lose belly fat, right? But what was special about this was that people lost visceral fat, but there was a 0% reduction in lean muscle mass. My friend, this is awesome. You've never heard of two products like this. So everyone does these two. Everyone loves these two. I have a friend named Tyler in our company, Tyler DeBerry, who's like super ripped. And by the way, ripped, in case you don't know, it means like, very chiseled. So he had a customer that got on lean and was just getting great results. And she asked him, she goes, how long do I stay on lean? And I said, well, I would stay on lean as long as you'd like to continue to target visceral fat, which for me is going to be forever, because I want to be targeting visceral fat forever. Now, when I say targeting visceral fat, what do I mean? Well, visceral fat is white fat, and your body can't really burn white fat. Your body largely burns beige fat. And so what this product does is it's continually helping your body turn white fat, which is visceral fat, into beige fat, which can be burned. So this is just an absolutely phenomenal product. The box says you can take 2 first thing in the morning. I do find that people do best starting out anyways, doing 1 in the morning and then like 1 before lunch. And then you can have up to 4 lean a day. So you could do like 1 in the morning, 1 before lunch, and then like even like 1 afternoon or something, or 2 in the afternoon. You can kind of play around with it. But just starting off, I would just do 1 twice a day, and then you can build up to 4 if you'd like to. The other thing it does is it interacts with your 2 hunger hormones, which are ghrelin and leptin. And so like I still eat, I'm still hungry. I just don't overeat. And so it's phenomenal. So you've got lean, and then a lot of people incorporate hydrated with lean and FIT because when your cells are hydrated, they communicate a lot better. So if you take hydrated with FIT and lean, it'll make those 2 products work even better. But then obviously, hydration increases your energy. It increases everything about your body. But we actually source the minerals that are inhydrated from the Great Salt Lake, which is kind of cool. And then lastly, we've got focused, calm, and energized. So focused is a basically a cognition peptide, and it enhances concentration, it enhances your memory. And then I always drink energized and focused together. So focused is a capsule, and then energized is a drink. This is one of the only energy drinks out there that nourishes your adrenals while it gives you energy. Most, like if you think about most canned energy drinks, like what are they called, Alani's or whatever, those tax your adrenals, which makes you have to drink more and more and more. These actually nourish your adrenal glands to where it gives you energy, but then it doesn't tax your central nervous system. So this product is worth its weight in gold. And then lastly, you have Calm here. Now, Calm's not a peptide product; it's a support product, but it has ashwagandha in it. It has lemon balm extract, and this just kind of helps you chill out. So, like a lot of people even use this to kind of help them kind of drop into sleep every night too. But if you deal with feelings of anxiousness, I'm not allowed to say the word anxiety, but if you deal with feelings of anxiousness, this can also help you as well. And it just kind of closes the tabs in your mind, and it boosts your alpha brain waves. Now, I would say that this is the most popular with women because men have the ability, and women, you may know this or not know this, but men have the ability to think about absolutely nothing. We can literally just sit there, and my wife will say, "What are you thinking about?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She doesn't believe me. I'm like, "No, for real. I'm not thinking about anything." Guys can do this, right? The one person that can't do this is a female. And I have noticed about females that, especially when they're trying to go to sleep at night, then then their mind really wants to talk about all the things, the PTA meeting, make sure you fold the lawn. Oh, shoot, you forgot the dishes, and you're just trying to go to sleep. So what Calm does is you just like put it under your tongue, it dissolves, it tastes delicious, and it just kind of closes those tabs in your mind where you can just fall asleep and chill. It's phenomenal. Okay. So for that reason, I do find it's largely very popular with females, but guys like it too, but not for the reasons like guys aren't trying to close the tabs in their mind. We can do that perfectly fine on our own, but Calm is phenomenal. So I'm going to have Corey come on and share her story with you guys, and I'm going to show you how to get started, and then we'll wrap up. So Corey, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. I can't see you.
I'm
Like
coming off.
Okay, there you
There
go.
I am.
How's it going?
I'm good. I also wasn't planning on being on camera tonight. So what's up, guys? Hey, happy Sunday night. Awesome. Wes, thanks so much for just asking me to share. And I'm gonna probably keep this pretty short and sweet, but I am somewhat new to Make Wellness. I've been here about 4 months, and I've been in this industry for almost 7 years. So I'm not a stranger to the industry, but I was so excited to come on board here. And I first just have to talk about the products, because if you've not tried these products, guys, I would consider myself like a semi workout junkie. Like I love to work out, but I also love like tacos and a margarita. I'm never going to say no to that. So, you have to have that balance. And when I started incorporating peptides, like my body actually started doing the things that I've been working so hard for it to do in the gym. Like I was always like, I feel like I should be making more progress. Like I promise you, I'm not eating that many tacos. The peptides just like connect all the dots. And so at a health standpoint, like I feel stronger. I have more endurance. I'm in my 30s, and I do feel like I am putting on more lean muscle than I was in my 20s. And it's supposed to kind of be the opposite of that. So guys, the products have transformed my health, but this opportunity with having an affiliate code and having your own business, I'm a hairstylist by trade. I've owned my own hair salon for over a decade. I've been doing hair for about 14 years. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I made killer money. I still make killer money doing hair. And a lot of people could say like, oh, she's so busy, or she's already successful, and maybe think that they don't want something like this. And I promise you they do. Like I do. And I get to do hair by choice today. I get to pick my schedule and go in and out like whenever I want to. And I will say this last week we got hit with a family emergency, and I had to drop everything and hop on a flight in 24 hours and be there for my boyfriend, and not having to ask a boss, or, just having that freedom that we've created, the income stream that we've created, to not have to worry about things like that when impact hits, I think is so important for everybody. And so whether it's you, or you're looking at, a friend that you want to like come along here with you, like, nobody really prepares for impact. And I think that presenting this as an opportunity to have that not only be in the best health of your life, but create a sustainable stream of income, because you have a business at your phone, that it doesn't matter if you have to get on a flight or anything like that, you can do it. So, I mean, that's really all I have to share. I'm so happy to be here. And if you aren't here yet, I promise you, this is the coolest place to be. So
That's awesome, Corey. Well, thanks for sharing. I actually pulled up your slide of your results.
there I am.
Yeah, where all were you taking here? What did you start with?
So this was just over a month of fit, lean, and hydrated, and I was using Energize too. So that was a month, guys. I got those shorts for a girls trip in Cabo, and I was like, there's no way I can take those. Like, these are painted on. And I swear, in a month, I was like, okay, the shorts are shorting. These are working well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, cool. Well, thanks for hopping on and sharing your story with these guys. And
Yeah.
man, you've had such a phenomenal start, and you're a great representation of Make. And man, I tell you, you guys, you should follow Corey, because she kills the content game, man. So Corey, just, appreciate all you do and who you are, and look forward to seeing you succeed more and more. All right. Well, guys, what I'm going to do here real quick is land this plane, and I'm going to have Tug share his story with you. Or is Allison still on too? Let me know, Allison, if you're okay. I still see Allison. All right, cool. Let me show you guys how to get started. Then I want you guys to hear from Allison. So what I'm going to do is share my screen again. Boom. Okay, cool. Now what we're going to do is come down here just a little bit, and I'm going to kind of walk you through the comp plan, because we revolutionized the health and wellness world, but we didn't stop there. We also wanted to revolutionize the affiliate marketing and network marketing world. We wanted to present something and do something new and kind of solve the problem. So if we look at the affiliate marketing world, affiliate marketing's really doing well, but unfortunately they don't make, most affiliate marketers don't make peanuts. I know circus monkeys that make more money than affiliate marketers. And also too, in affiliate marketing, oftentimes you don't get paid on that reorder, which to me is like completely pointless. If I don't get paid on the reorder, then I don't want to promote it the first time. So we tried to go into the year 2040 or 2050 and go, okay, what does marketing look like in those years, And we wanted to create the new era of affiliate marketing. So here there's no fees or cost to join. Obviously everyone gets started on products, but there's no like rinky dink $39 a year to be a distributor type thing, And then you can earn up to 40% commissions. You get paid daily. By the way, it's about to be hourly. But right now you get paid daily. You can build lifelong customers here, lifetime customers here. You get real-time reports, tools, and resources. All right. Now we get paid 3 different ways. Okay. You can earn up to 40% on your personal production. You can earn up to 8% overrides on team sales. So if you start to teach other people how to do what you're doing, then you can earn up to 8% override on those team sales. You can also pick up an additional $50,000 to $100,000 in monthly total bonuses. And then you can also earn shopping sprees, incentive trips, and it's just absolutely amazing. So those are kind of the 3 ways you get paid. Now, I would say this is kind of a good gauge on, what kind of time is this going to take? If your goal is to make $500 a month, you're probably looking at about 1 to 2 hours a week. If your goal is to make $1,000 to $2,000 a month, you're probably looking at about 4 to 5 hours a week. Again, we largely get paid based upon performance, not time. So these are just kind of ballpark numbers, and I'm actually trying to guess a little bit higher, or make you prepare for a little bit higher, versus it may not take you quite this long. And then, if your goal is 5 to 10,000 a month plus, it's 15 to 20 hours a week. Now, notice how I say plus. because, what's interesting is beyond 10,000, if you want to make 20,000 or 30,000 or 40,000 a month or whatever, it's still about 15 to 20 hours a week. And that's largely because of systems that we have, and by the way, 15 to 20 hours would be a pretty busy week. Right when you get started, we have a launch system that kind of helps you get started, shows you, kind of gives you a back office tour. It helps you, master the 6 products that we have. And it kind of gives you a comp plan overview and kind of helps you launch your business. And then from there, we have this thing called a Premier Affiliate Bootcamp. And this helps you make a minimum of $500 a month, which, guys, even if all this Zoom led to was an extra $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year. And now imagine if your boss called you into work tomorrow and said, you've done so well, we're going to increase your pay $6,000. You'd go home and have a steak. You'd throw like a party. You could put steaks on the grill. You have Drake playing in the background. You invite some neighbors over. $6,000. Well, guys, what are we talking about here? You can literally go through a 30-day boot camp that will show you how to give yourself that pay raise, where you can take academy of your future, right? You don't have to wait for a boss to be like, hey, here's an extra 6 G's, which probably won't happen. The only problem I've ever had with a job is a job will usually pay you just enough so you don't quit, and then you usually work just hard enough so you don't get fired. With a business like this, you can take academy, you can take control again, right? All right. And then on top of that, I'll just kind of share kind of the flow with you guys, kind of what's next. So, obviously we have even a further program beyond that 30-day boot camp where you can get mentorship every single day. We have like this leadership library. So Ashton's on there and Sarah's on there, where you're getting trained up and mentored by a 6 or 7 figure producer. And we just got all kinds of cool stuff. Like, you will never be able to call us and say, I don't know what to do to get another customer. And if you could never call me and say that, then that means you can go write your own paycheck here. Now, if you ever call me and say, I don't know what to do to get another customer, I'm not going to try to gaslight you or be like, well, your paycheck will never outgrow your personal growth. You need to read some more John Maxwell books. Like, no, if you need something, we're going to give you a real strategy that you can go execute, because we actually run a real business here. And so, hopefully that's refreshing to some of you if you've had experience with this before. Now, as you start off as an affiliate, when you sell 500, you're going to earn at least $100 profit. When you sell 1,000, you're going to make at least 200. And again, when you sell 2,000, you're going to earn at least 500. Okay. Now, most people start with something called the launch pack, because you get all 6 products. You get $100 off the next big corporate event. You get this real pretty make branded water bottle, and you get this custom launch box. So you can do like a little, social media reveal. And this also gets you 10% towards whatever the next incentive trip is. Okay. And then on top of that, this is kind of what it looks like. It's $449. It's a total of $900 in total value. So check this out. This is the play a lot of people run. Let's pretend that your friend Rachel gets a launch box. Okay. So pretend you've joined, and then maybe next week, Rachel's on a Zoom like this, and she does the launch box, and then she gets her first customer who orders, let's just say lean. So there's 538. Well, right then she is now going to make at least $100. So you kind of have these income guarantees. And then on top of that, if you do 2,000 in sales your first full month in the business, then you also pick up a $500 gift card to Disney, Nike, Apple, Lululemon, Ticketmaster, Tiffany Company, and more. As you continue to get more and more customers, we have these kind of these luxury rewards, where when you're doing 30,000 a month in personal production, you start to unlock these little special luxury reward gift cards to, higher end places that you normally not spend that money on yourself at, And so this is on top of what you already make. It's just that, we want to kind of force you to do something awesome for yourself. So this is a cost to the company, not to you. And you're still earning, your full profits on those sales. So it's pretty epic. And, then from there, we've got this big event happening in September 19th and 20th in Dallas, Texas. Now, the offer that I'll make for you tonight is this is coming up in Dallas. If you want to get started with the Launchbox, which is literally this right here, it's the best way. It gives you the most value. You could look at it as it's $450 off, already as it sits, just because of the value that you get with it. But if you want to do a Launchbox tonight, then what I'll do is I'll take care of your event ticket. You can just have whoever invited you to watch this tonight, connect us in text, and I'm going to buy your event ticket. It's just a way to, reinvest back into you. But guys, this event's going to be massive because we're going to come out with our newest peptide. And I'm just telling you, the campaign behind this newest peptide is going to revolutionize the world. No one's even thinking about this. No one's talking about this. You're going to be the only person talking about it. Your customers are going to be able to measure their data if they choose to and be able to see the effect that this peptide product is having on them. And I'm just telling you, it's lights, camera, action. Sorry, Miss Jackson, you want to get to Dallas if you possibly can. Now, you may be on here tonight and you go, man, I wish I'd heard about this sooner because then I could have come to Dallas. Or you could choose to look at it as this is perfect timing. I'm glad, what if you heard about it, September 21st? You couldn't have come to the event, right? So you still have, plenty of time to get to the event. Flights are still cheap. It's always cheap to come to Dallas. But if you'd like to come, I will take care of your, I'll reinvest back into you. Those event tickets are like $140 right now. I'll buy you an event ticket if you want to get started with a Launchbox. So what I'm going to do tonight is kind of close it out with having Allison share her story with you guys. And, in the meantime, you should be texting the person that invited you to watch tonight and going ahead and getting their link from them and getting set up. Again, as soon as you get set up, we have step-by-step systems ready and waiting for you. All you have to do is follow the yellow brick road here, so to speak. So Allison, can you come on here and share just what your experience has been so far and kind of close this out?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I definitely didn't know I was coming on. Hot mess, special needs mama. Anyway, yes, listen, I've been in this business for 11 years. And I honestly said last summer was August when I said yes to this, when someone told me about it, I'm like, I'd rather kind of poke my eyes out than ever get into something like this again. But I left a 6-figure business for this. And it was because I watched a Zoom with Justin Prince. I didn't even know who Justin Prince was, but he spoke to my heart. And I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing because this was August. We weren't getting paid until November. And I'm like, I'm all in. I'm all in. And it was the best decision ever. These peptides, you guys, are freaking fabulous. Like, I am legit obsessed. And with the new peptide coming out, I was one that's been able to trial it. And let's just say game changer, promise. But honestly, I am a special needs mama, so I can't work out of the house. I just went to the Cape. I might cry. I just went to the Cape, and not only was I able to bring my babysitter, but I was able to bring my daughter's 2 friends. The Cape is expensive. So if I didn't have this, I would have never been able to do that. So I'm telling you from my whole heart, your time is now, like 1,000,000,000,000,000%. The peptides are so easy to share about. The systems, I have to admit someone, hold on, I'm admitting. The systems that we get, again, I was with another company for 5 years, a different for 6 years. I'm like, wait, what? I never had leadership like this. Like, what is happening? You legit get every single thing times a million. Like, I hope you hear from my heart. You just got to say yes. That's the end of it. Anyway, I love you guys. Best decision I've ever made. Bringing on.
All right, guys, that's it for this right here. So if you're watching this after the live and you are interested in learning more, or you're maybe interested in joining right now, leave me a comment. But again, it's much easier if you come over to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook is where I communicate mostly with my team. The young lady, Callie, that you saw speak, she is our team leader. So if you get with me, she's the one above me. And we all work together, guys. This is an amazing way for us to be able to help each other break free from this system that we're living in and get to live the life that you really want to live, guys. So I hope this lands in front of the right people, guys. And if you watch this and maybe it's not for you, but you want the products, still reach out. But maybe you know somebody that could use this as a business on the side. Please share it with them. I would love to help them. I would love to talk with each one of you personally and help you get started with this as soon as possible. Because, like I said, if you can get in now and get in on these bonuses within the first month, you can really, really change your life pretty fast. God bless. Y'all have an amazing day. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be starting to go through the book of Mark, and I would love to have you on with me. This channel isn't for what I just did. The only reason I did that on this channel was because I want to get this out there for you guys. I know there are a lot of people right now who could use some extra money, and this is a way. It's a simple process to learn. You'll have people helping you. I'll help you every step of the way. So let's do this. Let's break free together. God bless. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Sunday. And again, even if you didn't watch live, my videos stay up on Rumble all the time. God bless.